Okay, everyone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about you and me. Maybe you'll be surprised what kind of connection we have. Besides that, I'm the speaker, and you're the audience. Is there anything else connecting us? Yes, we're in the same room, sharing the same air. My voice is transferred to your ear, and your image reflecting in eyes. In fact, we are all closely connected. First, our story began 200,000 years ago in East Africa, where the first Homo sapien appeared on this planet. We have the same ancestor. This is the face of the first Homo sapien, whose skull was discovered in Ethiopia. At that time, there was a lot of dangers and predators surrounding them, with severe ice age periodically happening. How can a successor survive at that time of harsh condition? Our human body are weak and vulnerable. So what's the key to our success? Most scientists attribute this to our intelligence. Yes, the capability of controlling fire, the manipulation of different tools, and the big volume of human brain. All of this play an important role in our human civilization. But nevertheless, the most important point is always forgotten. It is the awareness of the connection. For a long time, we are easily forgotten the connection among us, as well as the connection between us and our Mother Earth. We are just like most of the children. We are too ignorant to realize the connection. Here I am. I'm not a monkey. Yeah, I'm just a kid growing in an urban city. When I was small, one of my hobbies is to kill the spider in my house. Because my parents told me that they are all harmful, I could hardly see any connection with them. But later, when my parents have to work, I have to take care with my grandfather. He always took me to the wild nature. He taught me everything. After quite a lot of time, I gradually realized the connection between me and different living creatures. I have learned how to appreciate the beauty of the nature. I'm so abstract by the fascinating story of them. Finally, I decided to study the life science. And at the same time, I started dreaming a global journey to discover the story among all Earth villagers. Who are we? What's the connection between us? But I have to wait and learn more. After my graduation, I returned to Macau to become a biology teacher, teaching and promoting public awareness of environmental protection for more than 10 years. I originally thought that we are all well educated, and we are living in a so-called developed city. The GDP in Macau is higher than most of the country in the world. With sufficient financial backup and high percentage of education level, we should already build up a city, green city that everybody would power of. But in fact, I'm so disappointed. Money, technology, knowledge doesn't seem to be the key. Nowadays, we are living in a city disconnected with the mother nature. We do not grow our own food. Instead, we import them. We don't care much about our waste. We just burn it or throw it. We don't realize the cycle of connection. We just choose to ignore it. What is the best way to solve this problem? At that time, I was quite disappointed with this situation. I was so desperate. I was lost. I just buried my head in this comfort zone. I even intentionally avoid watching the news related to the international world pollution. For quite a while, I lost the connection with nature. The turning point came in my life in 2014, when I heard the news of the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight 371. It aroused me in my own inner voice about the connection. What is the connection between life and death? What is the meaning of life? What is the story between human and nature? With all of these questions, I start my global journey. I spent 1 year travel for 39 different countries. Go to the southest, northest, richest, and poorest. Try to write down the story and the wisdom, separating in the impact of globalization. During the journey, by putting different pieces of puzzle together, I eventually become aware of our connection. What makes us human? This is the first statue created by human, found in Jordan Valley 10,000 years ago. Look at its eyes. Our souls seem to be connected. The ability of using language increases the effectiveness of our communication. We can share ideas and most importantly, feeling. We have the most complicated communication system. A facial expression enriches the content of our thought. This is the connection that makes us human. And this is the connection that strengthens us to survive in the hardest condition. In my journey, I have interviewed more than 100 people from all over the world. Only one question for them. What is the definition of happiness? Over 80% people have the same answer. Being with friends and family. Now, we all know that good relationship with people bring you happiness. And it is the connection that makes us happy. But when do we start to disconnect with each other? This is the first step created by humans 8,000 years ago to show the ownership of their property. Since then, there's a boundary between me and you. People have been saving up their own resources. Even this is not necessary. The population helped humans go bigger, from villages to country. Social process systems have been established. War become more severe. We are unwilling to share. We are disconnected due to our selfishness and foolishness. Humans have seen themselves as the master of everything. We just try to satisfy our own desire. I have to admit that in most of my time, I consider my own benefit superior to the benefit of our community, right? For example, when you buy a coffee, you bought it because maybe you don't need it because you want it only. We don't care much about the connection from it. Does the coffee bean we are drinking using by the land gained by deforestation, is the container biodegradable or any damage to our soil? Our desire blocking the sense. Actually, we are all connected to the environment. The burden on us and nature are the burden on us also. We pollute the air, the water, the land, etc. We take full responsibility. If you oppress the worker or farmer with lower wage, they will also in return treat badly to the soil. Sadly, as a result, more chemical and pesticides are being used to produce more food to earn money. There are so many invisible linkages in our economical and ecological cycle. Whenever you purchase something, it surely affects thousands of others. If we forgot our connection, we can easily damage the violence. We may lead to a collapse of our human civilization. Only with the awareness of all this connection can we change to a better future, which is shift from consumerism to sustainability, which is the correctness of sharing. Sharing economics established in 1980, which have a tremendous thought in the past 5 years. For example, couchsurfing, Airbnb, Uber, co-working space. I can name a few. It's clear that sharing is the successful lifestyle to balance the need of our comfortable life and the environmental impact. Here is a co-working space I set up in Macau after the journey. It is named 1930 Dream Corner. Since we are trying to build up the link of people back from 1930 and the connection between our life and the old material, It is located in the old city. And this is built up by all of the waste material. People can enter anytime, and the gate is unlocked. We use this place for sharing, working, and meeting. We share dream, food, resource, as well as dream, story, and faith with each other. Moreover, we do offer simple and free accommodation for tourists with the same faith with us. We believe that we are all Earth villagers. We are sharing the blessing and burden all together. They can share their homemade food with us and even their story in return. During the time when I global journey, the only one thing that keeps in my mind is not the beautiful scenes or the delicious food. It's the close connection with the local people in different places. So the time when you are sharing is the moment you are receiving. Are you willing to share with us? The connection not only between you and me, not only between human and the nature. Rather, we are connected with our next generation. The source, the land, the water, and all the natural resources in nature are not something we own. We just borrow them from our offspring. We are all bound together. Without the full awareness of our connection, we are blind in our way. We are going to somewhere with no future. Only with the heart of sharing together, with this connection, knowledge and technology can make our life more convenient and comfortable in future. We human can sustain for a longer time. God gave us fire, knowledge, language, and different advanced technology. But more importantly, God gave us the awareness of our connection. We are all Earth villagers. Living in this beautiful planet, it's time to change. So let the world we to the world we. How can we achieve that? Very simple. In your daily dialogue, try to use the word we more instead of the word we. And besides, there's another way. Look at the word me with your hand down, right? Now it's time to change. Just lift up both your arms. Try to hold hands with the people next to you. Are you dare to do it? Yeah. Try to hold the hand with the one next to you. Maybe it's a stranger. Doesn't matter. We are all together. Try. Yeah, it's time to change. We are not only alone in this planet. We are all trying to touch it. Yeah. Only hand, right? Only hand. Yeah. No more other place. Okay. So you are not alone. Yeah. Now you can feel it. Feel the energy. Do you feel it? Oh, maybe the sweat a little bit, right? Okay. And do you feel the love and the care among us? And remember, don't underestimate the power of awareness of the connection. Yeah. Tech is a platform for sharing, and tech is a platform for connection. We are all here. We are all one together, and one is for all. Thank you for your patience. Thank you.